You guys, this one is not going to be long at all. But I just wanted to put this out there. Now, when it comes to feminism, you guys know I'm not a feminist. Some people might consider me a feminist because I am speaking on this podcast and, I have the ability to and all that stuff, whatever. Okay. But the modern tenets of feminism has kind of overshadowed what the original intent with feminism was. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is, how is it that modern feminists will talk all of this mess about how men suck and men are part of the bigger problem of the patriarchy and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, everything they do is to attract the man, whether it's his wallet, his claim to fame, his status. You want to be connected to him because of his status. So tell me again how the patriarchy is so evil when everything you do as a modern feminist woman is there to attract the man that's supposedly part of this patriarchy. Okay, let me explain. Now, I'm not going to bash anybody that has had cosmetic work done, but I am going to bash the ones that try to claim that they are somehow these modern feminists, yet at the very core, you changed your facial structure with lip injections, with any kind of fillers, or really going under the knife. So at the end of the day, you're doing a couple of things. You are buying into this supposed patriarchy. You're trying to benefit off of this supposed patriarchy by attracting a man using your changed facial structure. You so didn't want to look like your parents, and in an essence, you're saying your parents are ugly because you want to change your entire facial structure. If you weren't born with bigger lips, you want to make bigger lips. If your parents both don't have bigger lips and you want to have bigger lips are meant to be sensual, and if you're not trying to attract another female, you're most likely trying to attract the male. Okay? Bigger lips are a sign of sensuality. You glue fake hair to your lash line. You take out buccal fat to carve out cheekbones that aren't there. And this is happening in younger years. I can understand to a point, me being in my 40s myself, you wanting to kind of turn back the clock a little bit because you don't like the reflection that is staring back at you, but it's more normalized in my age range than in those that are in their 20s and 30s. So essentially, you think you're the shit now, and you talk down on all us traditional women that haven't had this work done. But meanwhile, you don't even look even a remnant of your parents. You don't look anything like your parents now, or your siblings. But now, you're the baddest bitch on the block. Now you are. Now you are. What happened before? You couldn't be the baddest bitch on the block looking like your parents? Now, if there's some cosmetic implication to this, like let's say that there's something that's not quite symmetrical, one part of your face is larger than the rest, and it's not symmetrical, and it's causing breathing problems, or it's really damaging your self-esteem, then I understand that to a point. But you have these perfectly beautiful girls that are doing all of these things to look exactly the same as the next girl. How the hell are you going to compete when you look exactly like the next bitch? How the hell are you going to compete when you look exactly like that one over there, and that one over there, and that one over there? All of y'all got the BBLs. All of y'all got the pumping of the lips and injecting this here and this there and nipping and tucking and doing all of these things. And my question to you is, if you're such a modern feminist and men are shit, then why are you doing all of these things to attract the male gaze? And then once you attract the male gaze and they get down to sitting with you, they realize that you are just a pretty box. There's nothing inside the box once they open it. They get to talking to you and you're vapid. They get to talking to you and you are insipid. So my question to you is, how are you the bad bitch on the block now when you look nothing like you did before? You kind of Dr. Frankenstein'd yourself into this perfect symmetrical thing, but now you look nothing like the former self. Is that what the intention was? And that's a form of self-hate, not self-love. And my problem here is that they are touting this as self-love. Completely changing your facial structure and removing any indication that you look like your parents, therefore telling them that they're ugly because you don't want to look anything like them. And then in the same breath saying that you are not doing any of this for the male gaze when all of this is for the male gaze. But let's take it a step further. You don't want to color outside the lines when it comes to this type of practice, because then you may look odd in comparison to all of the other people that are vying for the same man. And 9 times out of 10, that same man, he'll have his fun with you because you're fun girl. You're fun girl. And your look says fun girl. But I can guarantee you that when it's time for him to settle down, he's not going to settle down with you. He's going to settle down with the traditional girl. And at the end of the day, you spent all this money, went into all this debt, and completely changed the structure of your face, which can cause problems medically down the road. With your breathing, with everything, with your sight, because a lot of you do all of these things with your eyelashes and everything. Leave your faces alone. Those are my 2 cents. You can agree or disagree with me, either way I'm going to say it regardless. But, yeah. Fuck the patriarchy, but yet you are so heavily influenced by the patriarchy, so much so that you're willing to change your whole face. Where when people first meet you, they recognize and your brain takes a snapshot of a person's facial features when you first meet them. Our faces are our identity, and then you're changing your whole identity to appease the very mass of people that you call evil. Let's stop the bullshit, and I call out the cap. Until next time, guys, peace out, and keep your discernment up.